Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first of my Steam Next Fest demo kind of exposés. I haven't had time to take part in much of Steam Next Fest while it's been on, but now that I'm done, I'm working through a slight backlog of demos that I downloaded with the intention of releasing videos every day of the Next Fest, but due to delays, we're actually going to release them now anyway. So here we go, we're starting off with Citadelum, which, depending on how often you think about the Roman Empire, could be a pretty good game to play. So, we are in Perugia at 40 BC. A period of civil war is sparked by the assassination of Julius Caesar on the Ides of March 44 BC. Julius Caesar, of course, at the hands of a group of senators. Gaius Octavius, Caesar's adopted son, returns to Rome to take revenge on the aggressors and confronts Lucius Antonius, brother of Marcus Antonius, in the city of Perugia. After besieging the city, he orders it to be destroyed in retaliation against the traitors. It is your mission to move there together with a group of colonists and start the construction of a new city under the name of Augustus Perugia. We need to reach a population of 35 plebeians. We need to send 75, I think that looks like cut stone or marble, to Rome and create a trade route with the city of Vertona. We've got quite a lot to do. There are a lot of tutorials here. So some of them I will read, some of them I'm probably going to skip through. This is basic camera key stuff. We don't really need to know that. We can just move around as we usually would. They're all pretty basic and similar to stuff you might know. To begin our settlement, we need to build the city gates, which will be the starting point from which the rest of the constructions of the city are going to be built. So the city gates are our first thing to build. Now I want to make sure that I'm near some resources, so I can see some stone deposits there. And over here we've got some iron ore, some more stone there, and that looks like stone as well. More stone up there. We've got a nice little desert area with some more stone, iron ore there. Over here we've just got the stone, but we do have some water, which is going to be quite important. I think, oh, there's water here and stone. And then does that let us access some iron ore there as well? Ah, okay, so this could be very good position to build our city gates. There's stone down there as well, but I think over here where this big body of water is going to be a good place to put things down. So we'll put our city gates right here, like that. Great. So now we need to create some houses for plebeians. And that is, again, we need to build a rural road and then start building our houses. Now, I want my road to come quite far up because I'd quite like to go right into the main part of where our new city is going to be. We want to be quite close to that stone deposit and not too far from the water. So I'm going to build a nice long road that goes all the way up there. That did cost quite a bit of resources. I think it was stone that we needed to spend to create that. But we've now been able to create kind of a nice little winding road, well, a nice straight road that takes us into where the main portion of our city is going to be. I'm then going to run a road up here. No, we're not. We're going to delete that. Can I remove it? Yes, we can. Okay, we get rid of that road. Then what I want to do is I'm going to put in some houses first. So we need to put in some plebeian housing. We're going to have a little bit set back there, and then we're going to place our first house. I want it to go here, but then I want to have one house there, and then we can run all the way up here. So it says to place 4, but we're going to place 6. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a double road that comes up here. This game reminds me a lot of Caesar, which was one of the first kind of city building games that I played, and I absolutely loved it. Like, I really can't, I was obsessed with it. I wasn't very good at it because I was still quite young when I started playing it, but I absolutely adored that game. And to have something like this now, I think is really, really nice. I am actually going to turn off one of the settings if I can. Let me have a look. I want rid of the blur. Doesn't look like I can actually do that, which is such a shame. Classic camera, what does that do? I think that just lets us not see inside buildings. Ah, there we go. Oh my god. This is incredible. This is what I'm looking for. Yes. This is straight out of Caesar. Oh my god. Yes. So we need one more plebeian to be able to kind of... There we go. We've got a fire now, which is not great. What do we need to do? It looks like a fire's broken out. This is Maximus Agrippa, our engineering advisor. It's important to build fire stations which are responsible for extinguishing fires in nearby buildings. In addition to the risk of fire, buildings require periodic maintenance if you don't want them to end up in ruins. For this, you'll also need to build the engineer's post. If you don't take care of these aspects, buildings can collapse. If this occurs, you can use the demolish tool to remove the debris and make that area usable again. So in our housing and services, we have access to a fire station here. I'm going to place this one. Have I messed that up? No, I have. Good. Right, we'll place the fire station, I think, there. And then we also need to place the engineer's post, which we'll put here. And then, oh, what else? Buildings do not have workers assigned to them by default. You must assign personnel to each building, but keep in mind that each will receive a salary. Okay, so we need to assign workers to these buildings. One to the fire station and one to the engineer's post, and they will immediately start being charged a salary. We already have the necessary infrastructure, but without water, the fires cannot be put out. Some buildings need water to operate. For example, fire stations will not be able to put out fires if they do not have a water source nearby. However, aqueducts will get water everywhere. But first of all, we need a water mill next to a bank to raise the water. Transport the water to the area that needs it, build aqueducts connected to the water mill, and once you channel that water to your desired area, you'll need to build a reservoir connected to the aqueduct to supply water to the surrounding area. And we can also build wells in specific situations or when you need water in elevated areas where the aqueducts cannot reach. Keep in mind that the radius of influence of these will be much smaller than that of the reservoir. Alright, so we are going to build a reservoir to start with. We're going to put one here, which covers a large area. And then we'll get our water mill right over by the water, which was over here. Oh, I like that it just automatically snaps, so we'll put that in there. And then our aqueduct will come out and along here to fill up the reservoir. Excellent. And now our fire station has a supply of water and we can put out that fire. Shouldn't take us too long. Got someone working in the fire station. Thankfully, we don't need someone to work in the aqueduct or the water mill, or the reservoir, sorry. So that's good. Next then, once this fire's out, we should get our new thing, our new objective. But this is the kind of thing I'm looking for. I am, however, going to just set us back to the game's more modern camera. I just don't like that blur, really, but I do like that we can get right in and see inside. Oh my god, look at this! We see inside the burning building. We barely. Is someone actually going to put this fire out? We see someone moving, just running around waving their arms. I mean, we've got water at the fire station, so what's going on? Oh, here we go. Coming in to get that bucket. And off he goes again. This man going to be our hero. Do you have a name, sir? You're called Fire Station. Fire Stationus. Yeah, hero. Okay, so now we need to expand the size of our settlement. To do this, we'll need materials, so it's time to put our citizens to work. The construction of new buildings requires materials that can be obtained from the environment. The logging camp lets us gather wood from trees. The stone quarry and the iron mine allow us to get ores and stone. Always check the minimap as you can easily check where to find these resources. In addition, in order to accumulate resources, you must build warehouses near the resource extraction buildings, as these have a limited capacity. Finally, remember that the resources in the warehouses can be used by any building in the city for construction, trade routes, soldier training, or whatever is needed without the need to transport them. That is good. Some of them, I like that it doesn't go full detail. Some games you will, and some of the games that we'll actually see in more of the Next Fest videos, require a little bit more management of your resources. So what I want to try and do then is get a logging camp close to... Oh, we've unlocked a new prestige level. And we've unlocked new buildings: patrician housing, taxing office, baths, tavern, grape orchard, trees, winery, stone cutter, sawmill, and a cabbage orchard. Okay, right, first then. There's stone deposits over there, but there aren't a great amount of trees there. So what we could do is put a stone deposit there. We put a logging camp and a stone mine right now. Does the stone deposit have kind of like a finite amount of resources? That's something that we are going to need to be aware of. So we've got a stone quarry that we can put in here. I might actually go over to this area here. We put our stone quarry there. Let's have a look at our logging camp. I mean, that's not going to be a great help to us, but if I just put the logging camp there and a stone quarry here. Then we'll put our warehouse there. Then we'll link this up with a road here. And then if I go back to the settlement, I did leave space here to run a residual road. It loops around and links up here, and then it's going to come down here, just circumvent that, and then link back up. Cool. Right, so that's kind of like not the main street, it's like a service road, shall we say. Don't forget that you have to be aware of all of the inhabitants of your city. If you only build accommodations for plebeians and don't find an occupation for them, they may cause trouble. At the top of your screen, you will see all the information you need to know the status of your city. You can detect which aspects of your city are performing well and those that are lacking, such as the number of unemployed or homeless plebeians. Try to constantly monitor this information to better manage your city and make it grow prosperously. You can check the people's favour indicator. Ooh, okay. Unemployed citizens. We've got 21 unemployed citizens. So what I'm going to do to keep them happy, we're going to give them jobs. So we'll have 2 working in the stone quarry, we'll have 2 working in the warehouse, and we will have 2 working in the logging camp. So, good progress. Time to take another crucial task. Food is very important. So, we need to store our food in granaries. And once we have food in the granaries, it can be used by any building in the settlement, which is really good. So we're going to build some wheat farms then. 1 wheat field is required. I'm going to put my fields here. Leave a little bit of a gap though. Again, probably around about the size of 1 house. Wonder why it highlights these. Interesting. I put 1 field here, and then I'm going to flip it round, put another field in there, then I'll flip that one and put a 3rd field in there, and then we'll link it up with a row. That's going to come down here, and then we need to put a granary in, so the granary will go... I don't want to leave that there because that looks like it might be some sort of fertile ground, so we'll just keep some space there. Then we need to generate some wheat. We're going to put 2 workers because we've got plenty going spare in each of these fields, and we'll put 2 in the granary as well. So it looks like the granary only covers like a range here, but I guess that's the range of like farmland and stuff it can support. So we'll keep an eye on that for now anyway. But we're looking pretty good to start. Once we've generated enough wheat and stored it, we'll get our next objective. In fact, we can actually speed things up a little bit as well, so we'll get that done. That should be wheat going into storage, and that is done. Right, excellent. So we have to get all of this food to our citizens. The market is a key building for supplying the needs of your citizens. All right, so we build a market next. Now, the market, probably going to need to make sure that it is in the area of influence, or is this just the area of influence? And I then put our market here, and will that then cover all of the houses, or is that area only going to cover, like, is the lack of a granary going to have some sort of issue there? Can we now not get wheat to the market because the granary is all the way over there? I'm not sure. We're just working it out though. So we've also unlocked patrician housing. Now patrician housing, that's going to be a taxable thing. So the plebeians will do your work for you and they need to be paid. The patricians will be taxed. So patricians are citizens who do not work, but they contribute to the economy with their taxes. For these to come to your city, you must build patrician housing. Their needs are much higher, and if you don't meet them, their happiness will decline and they will then leave. So the amount of money that we get, we're not going to get unless we build a tax office. So the first thing we're going to do is build 4 patrician houses. We're going to put 2 here, and then we're going to rotate. We're going to put 2 here, still within the area of influence of that market. We're going to have this main street kind of peter off to a little side street there, and that's our 4 patrician houses put in. Next up, we're going to build our tax office, and that tax office is here. So we'll put the tax office just round the back here. Again, I don't know. Is this going to impact? Do we need to put the tax office kind of like here so we get the patricians, or like here? going to put it there. It's on that little side street. Once that's built, we will put 2 workers in there, and they'll begin collecting our taxes. So it's pretty good. I think it's really nice. The tutorial's laid out pretty nicely. You kind of handheld through it, which is really good. We've got a decent amount of stone coming in, plenty of wheat, plenty of wood, and things are looking good. We've still got 10 unemployed citizens, but you can see here we're getting... Oh, we've got a fire. Let's get 2 more working in the fire station and the engineer's post. Hopefully, they'll be able to get to these fires quicker. We're going to hit the speed going. We'll get 10 more. We've got 10 patricians to get in. Hopefully, they'll get there and put that down. Right, okay, so the prestige level is an indicator of the importance of your city. As it increases, you will have access to more advanced buildings, and some structures will automatically increase in level, which favours the arrival of new settlers to the settlement. To check the prestige upgrade requirements, place the pointer over the prestige area, and you will be able to see which buildings you will unlock with it. At the top left of the screen, you will find more information about your city. In addition to the prestige level and the favour of the people, in this section you can also see the remaining time in the day, which is important because the collections and payments are executed at the beginning of each day, as well as the buying and selling operations of the trade routes. Finally, you can see an economic summary with the money in your coffers and the daily balance. Okay, so over here, our prestige level, we just need 4 more patricians and 10 more plebeians to get to the next level of prestige, and we'll unlock a few more things there. Currently, our people's favour is pretty good. By the looks of things, we don't have any homeless citizens. We're fulfilling housing needs pretty well. Workers' wages, we do have those unemployed citizens, which is a little bit of a problem. But we're making a fair bit of money from our taxes each day. And if we can get a few more plebeians living in, these guys don't have enough food. Which is interesting, because I thought we were doing pretty well on the food. Oh, there we go. Someone's moved in. That's sorted. They've now got food. Maybe they just didn't go to the market yet. We're getting plenty of wheat, though, because we're on like 510 per day. I wonder if we should just bite the bullet, get a few more bits and pieces. So maybe we should put some onions or cabbages. Ah, okay. It lowers the zone desirability. So, what's this then? I guess if we have these farms too close to houses, it does become an issue. So we're going to stick down a few of these. And as long as we have like room for them to maneuver, we can keep expanding the farms out this way. But our granary is going to start pulling in quite a bit of food now, and people should be able to access that food nicely. We do have people working in the market. We can attract some more. We need some more plebeian housing. Got another fire there. Let's put down this one here, and we'll put another one. We'll put this on the edge, and we'll have that road loop around. So we can finally join up these 2 back streets. And there we have it. Excellent. Right. Is our fire station out of range? It is. These fire stations have such a small range. I just want to see... Yeah, it collapsed. Okay. That was a plebeian house. Right, so we'll have to put another one of them in. Okay, so we're going to put some more people working in the marketplace. Now, we're going to need to build another fire station then, because that one is not close enough to help out these citizens. We have now reached prestige level 3, which is really good. So, the military delegate of the Senate is going to supervise our actions on the map. The city is starting to develop, but it is not all about working in the settlement. You can explore the territory and secure your military dominance over it. Visualize your territory on the region map via the button in the user interface or by zooming out from your settlement. In this map, you can see your city and also the territories you've explored so far. Increasing the explored area generates roads, which will connect your city with others and allow you to trade with them. It's also vital to know where the enemy is. To move an explorer, select it and choose one of the adjacent territories. If an explorer finds an enemy, there's a chance he will be killed. Okay, so we are going to slow down because some residents are leaving the city due to a lack of employment. Some of the house's needs are not being met. So I'm going to pump in a few more people into the granary. We're going to give everybody jobs because at the moment the job market is looking poor. We are also going to build... Yeah, we want everybody working in food. That's it. Everybody's employed now. But we do need to put in a fire station here Oh, this building doesn't have road access. We're going to demolish it then. So let's get a fire station in this area here. That has a fairly deep amount of coverage. It doesn't have access to a road, but we're going to sort that out now. Right here. That gets that done. Then we're going to probably need to get another engineer's post in. There. Get one worker there and one worker there. Now, does this reservoir give an... Ooh, it does. It's just in that area of effect, which is really good. We're losing 25 a day, so we're going to need some more patrician housing. I'm going to put one here, right across from the market. One there. And another one there. Oh, I didn't build that. Oh, because we don't have enough stone. Now then, is that stone deposit exhausted? No, it's still fine. Right, everybody's employed. Our food is looking pretty good. Got plenty coming in. No space to store more stock of outbound resources, but there is. The granary is there. I'm confused here. You have 80 of 80 wheat. Granary is okay. So what's going on here? Our cabbages are being stored as well. Maybe they're just waiting a very long time. Do we need to build another granary then? We're going to put another one in. Just, just to try and even out those resources. That might be why we're having a bit of a problem there. But we do need more workers to go in there, so I'm going to shift a couple. In fact, we'll leave 4 in there. We'll drop 2 from our farms and then put them into that one. There we go. Right, that should, I hope, anyway, solve that issue. Now we need to go to the map. Hopefully they're going to sort out that fire. There are people running to it. Now then, right. So what we need to do is we are looking for Vertona. So we need our explorer. That looks like Vertona over there, by the looks of things. So let's get our explorer. And we'll send them to here. This should unlock a new map. And then we'll send them here. And I guess this tells us that this is Vertona. Moving further forward. So, is it me you're looking for? Ah, he's just spending some time actually exploring it. Right, we'll go back to the settlement. Fire was put out successfully, which is good. We've got food coming in. We're looking good on stone. We're making a bit more money now, which is really good. I guess that's because the patricians are now finally happy. We could probably do with some more workers then. So let's have a look. We'll pop down. I do want to restore this patrician house just to get us a little bit more tax in. And then we just need a bit more stone for our plebeian house. Can I upgrade my roads now as well? Paved road. So the paved roads increase zone desirability. They do cost 1 stone and 10 silver, 10 denarii. Is that what they were? Anyway, let's go back and have a look at our explorer, see how they're getting on. They're almost done. We'll speed this up. Whoa, we've got a collapsed building. I didn't even see that. Where is it? Oh dear. It's our warehouse. That is not good. Ah, yes, I forgot. We're probably going to need to put a an engineer's hut here. So, let's find an engineer. Oh, Vertona is connected, so we can establish a trade route. So, to establish a trade route with another city, you must specify which resources you want to buy and sell each day within the constraints of supply and demand. The cart that you see on the map of the region is a visual representation that indicates a trade route between 2 points. Keep in mind that trading operations will always take place at the beginning of a new day, so it's important that you keep an eye on your economy, daily income, and expenses. To establish a trade route with another city, you must specify which resources you want to buy and sell each day within the constraints of supply and demand. Remember, you can build warehouses, granaries, or armories near the one at the entrance to make sure to clear its reserves. Likewise, to export resources, you must make sure that you have enough of them in your city's storages. In the trade section of the management window, you can choose the amount of a resource from which you are allowed to export so that you do not run out of it. Alright then, so we need a worker in the warehouse to begin with. Right, so we need to buy 75 of whatever that is and then send it to Rome. Let me have a look then. This is decorative, military, defense, food production, housing and services, doctor's office, baths, roads. So, if we go back to our world map then, got a trade route with Vertona. We want to buy 75 per day. We're going to sell. No, we're just going to buy the 75 there. Back into the city where we've got a fire raging. So tomorrow, we're going to be able to get that imported stone, cut stone, marble, whatever it is. Have people coming over to the if the tax office burns down, we're in for a right old time, aren't we? Oh no, the tax office has burned down. The fire stuff, we're not doing very good at that, are we? Right, let's build that tax office again. That's not a tax office, that's a tax office. Tax office, please. I need 75 stone. Oh dear. Something else has collapsed. Somewhere. Oh god, the logging camp. Right, let's we've got our stone, That's fine. Let's send that to Rome. And we've completed all of the objectives of the mission. Rome awaits you. Go to the Capitoline Hill to start the victory lap, followed by your best men, and celebrate this success. And that is the end of what is essentially the tutorial of Citadelum. It's actually a really good game. I've really enjoyed playing it. Obviously, there's a lot of micromanagement, and you definitely can't speed up the game for too long. I think what's going to be really key is the placement of those warehouses and fire stations and all of that sort of stuff. Like, the main thing that we failed at was not having a maintenance building out there where all of our major resources were being harvested. So it's probably really key that you look at the area of effects of certain buildings and what they do. Like, obviously the farms decreased the desirability of the area, which I didn't realize until late on, and that's what their area of effect was. And I guess in terms of like your granaries and stuff, it doesn't actually matter how far away they are from places. Obviously, the further away they are, the longer your citizens are going to spend ferrying goods there. But yeah, this was really, really good. I did enjoy this a lot. We do have another mission to play, which is to reach a population of 60 plebeians and 20 patricians and send 150 cheese, I think that is, to Rome. But we can tackle that another time. So I hope you enjoyed this first look at Citadelum. It is a great game. Do check out the demo if you can. And look out for more from the developers, because I think this is going to be a really good game for fans of those like classic city builders like Caesar or Age of Empires and things like that. And there's actually a lot more to it when you get into the military side of things, and also I think you can fight gods in this game as well, which is really cool. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.